Um, I was never a gearhead. I don't know. When I grew up, before I had any endorsements, I basically, whatever, I picked equipment because somebody I liked, played it. I never was a big gearhead. I never overanalyzed equipment. I was never interested in how many plies of wood were in a drum shell. I wanted to, have the drums look cool on stage. I was going after the finish, not what's under the finish. So I was never a gearhead until I got my first endorsements. And once I had endorsements, I was given great equipment, and I was lucky to never have limited resources, My parents were very supportive of me growing up. I didn't have any expensive equipment or anything, but I had good stuff that worked for me. And to me, the activity was always more important than the equipment. I had some very mediocre or even cheap, drums when I grew up, and the stuff that I practiced on when I was a kid wasn't great at all. It was just a very average, cheap drum set with cheap cymbals, and I concentrated on playing rather than on the equipment, and only after I was given great equipment, I got into the details of quality, manufacturing, and understood what the differences between cheap and expensive instruments are. So for me, the criteria, is to pick, equipment with limited resources was never an issue. And I recommend to everybody that, you shouldn't concentrate or focus too much on the quality of your equipment. I think it's much more important to concentrate on the quality of your performance and your skill, because you can make any drum sound good with a good pair of hands. It doesn't matter, what the drum is, whether it's expensive or not. Just a little bit of tuning and playing it well makes all the difference. I think that any great musician can perform amazingly on not so great equipment. It's a matter of skill and handling the equipment and having command over any instrument, any quality level instrument. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you give a cheap piano to Chick Corea, he can still play amazingly on it. It's not about the equipment; it's about the musician, and it's about the hands, not the sticks. It's about the hands, not the drums. It's about the hands, not the cymbals.